So I'm going to introduce my panel. These are some of my favorite people ever. And we're going to talk a little bit about this bombshell thing. So on the end is my bombshell, Kelly Tyler. And y'all can clap for my bombshells, please. And of course, you just met Laura Wynn. And my bombshell, Marianne Cascone. And my bombshell, Christy Jones. And I'm Gigi Belmonaco. So how did we meet? This is kind of a fun thing. I want you to think about that. You know that mind map thing where you can get all your stuff figured out, and so you have your central idea. So I want you to think about that central idea and all these things shooting out. So I'm going to pass the microphone to Christy first, and we're going to kind of go down the line about how we met.
Well, it ended up about 3 years ago. Gigi and I were talking on Twitter, and so we just started talking, enjoying conversation, and then we decided, gosh, it would be fun to do something, to have an event. We need to meet in real life. So we decided to do what we thought probably was the best and the first tweet up in Kansas City. And so we put that together, Gigi and I, with Ben's help. We met him and asked for his advice on putting this event together, and it turned out pretty well. And that's what kicked off this fabulous relationship with Gigi and I. And then, again, all the girls roll into the picture shortly after that.
Well, I met Gigi. I was on Twitter, and I was advertising my business. It's a little leggings company, and she asked me to join a Bombshell lunch, and I had always worked from home, so my only knowledge of meeting people over the internet was that I was going to probably end up meeting some man that's going to kidnap me. So I kept in contact with my husband by text under the table, and when I finally met her, I texted him, she's real, and I don't think she's going to kidnap me, so I'm just going to go ahead and have lunch, and then I'll let you know when I'm on my way home so you know I'm okay. And after that, we've gone to a few bombshell lunches and remained really close friends.
I met Gigi through professional connections, and that's the interesting thing about this panel is we are all so very different, and in a real life situation would never have been in the same room to meet one another. I put together professional events and luncheons. I was hosting a women's lunch, and Gigi responded to the invitation and attended one of the lunches and brought a few of her bombshells, and we just instantly knew that our energy was the same and that there was work we needed to do together, and we've been friends ever since.
And that first lunch or the tweet up that Christy and Gigi put together, another bombshell was there, and I wasn't there, but the other gal told me about it when they were getting ready to have their first lunch. So I came to the first bombshell lunch and have been fast friends and a fan of the bombshell mindset ever since.
So you can see that we have kind of a central theme of this bombshell fabulosity, and so many different women, and so many different women can actually fit into part of our group. And our intention for our panel today is to show you that you too can connect in real life. It all started with tweeting. It all started with us reaching out to one another and getting to know each other and confiding in each other to the point where it was like, oh my goodness, we live in the same place. We don't know each other, but we have to meet. We have to spend some time together. So at this point, I'd like to talk to my bombshells a little bit about what is this whole bombshell thing, and quite frankly, not everybody is real tickled about our bombshell thing, are they, Kelly? And we know who y'all are. Go ahead, Kelly.
To talk about what the bombshell is?
Yes.
A bombshell is brains and beauty. That's Gigi's tagline, but it's brains and beauty and the confidence. And I think of confidence as respect for yourself and hold yourself in high regard, versus arrogance is where you hold yourself in high regard and put down other people. Bombshells don't do that. So confidence in self, that's a key to a bombshell.
Yeah. Okay, Laura.
For me, being a part of the Bombshells has given me a safe place to land. You've heard my story. So one of the key components of being a bombshell is confidentiality. There's a bombshell creed. What happens with the bombshells stays with the bombshells. And this is a group of women that I can trust, I can count on, and I know if I need support, I can get it. If my bra doesn't fit, they're going to fix it. These are your girlfriends. These are, am I not supposed to say that?
No,
Well,
absolutely.
it's just a bra. But one thing I always say
no,
is,
it is not just a bra.
it's not just a bra. A girlfriend is the girl who will reach in, straighten those straps, and say, "Come on, girlfriend, we got to go." And that's what a bombshell is. It's not about the image you're pushing out to people. It's the image, and it's what you're drawing in so that you can give out, not push.
Okay, my idea of the bombshell is empowering your friends and being positive. And every time we would meet up, I don't sound like this is on. Okay, every time we would meet up and we would talk about things, they would all be so happy for me and so proud of me, and you don't get that from everybody in your everyday life. And there was no judging, and people are genuine and sincere, and it was always just a nice place, a nice group of girls to hang around with.
And she's going to be in a book, and we couldn't be more proud.
Oh, thank you.
That's exactly right. I think we all know women, girls are mean. Mean. I have 3 girls, so I know. And I have a couple sisters, and it was not fun. So it is about kind of building these relationships and supporting one another. I mean, if I have business, I'm in the corporate world now. I did have my own business and went back into the corporate world, and now manage a talent acquisition team at H&R Block. But prior to that, I was in my own business, and so business was coming my way, and it's about sharing. And there was things coming my way that I'm like, you know what, Kelly, you'd be great at this. So we share business, we share ideas, and that's what it's all about. We don't support each other enough, and I think that's what you learn from this group of women, is that it's not really about you. It's having the confidence to know that you are who you are, and you are good enough, but it's also sharing with your team and your friends, and it's been a great experience for all of us.
What I say about my bombshells and what I teach in my bombshell training is that I teach a girl to love herself enough to love other women just as they are, because women don't do that. They immediately peg, and there were some pegs going on when we walked up, and there were some fill in the blanks, and people do that. And so what I try to teach my bombshells is to love themselves enough to just let everybody be who they are. And that's why every girl can be a bombshell that wants to be a bombshell. So there are some girls that don't want to be bombshells. And we're going to talk a little bit about them, and they've got some special names. So we'll start down there with Kelly, about the girls that are not really, our posse is welcome to everybody, but there are some that probably don't want to have fun with us because they would not really fit in. So,
well, I'm going to tell you about my coworker, Sue Smith, my neighbor, Jane Doe. No, I'm just kidding. We've coined names for them, but not their real names in real life.
And they're real fun names, too.
Helga Hader is one of the ones that she wouldn't want to be a bombshell. When you walk into a room, there's a lot of fabulous bombshells in here. When you walk into a room or you see somebody that looks fabulous walk in, a certain woman will say, "Wow, who is that? I want to know her." She's a bombshell.
Yes.
There's other women that will look at her and they'll say, "Well, who does she think she is, being all dressed up and wearing lipstick and high-heeled shoes? And who does she think she is?" And you know what happens? That Helga Hader, she'll be thinking about that girl the rest of her day. She'll go tell her friends, "You wouldn't believe who came into the store today," or "who I saw today at that restaurant."
And fill in the blank. All the things that are awful about Helga.
Exactly. But the bombshell will go on about her day, and if that girl wants to be a part of that group, she'll welcome her in. If she doesn't, she's fine, but the bombshell goes on with her day. The other girl's stuck in the mindset of, who does she think she is? Well, she thinks she's someone fabulous, and she thinks you would be too. If Helga Hader could be too if she didn't have that bad attitude.
Absolutely.
So Helga Haders, they don't like us, and we probably wouldn't have fun around them either.
No. No, we're all about fun.
for the next hater.
I'm going to talk a little bit about Debbie Downer.
Not that Deb. That Deb's a bombshell.
Darlene Downer. Darlene Downer. When you walk in a room and there's someone who always has a problem, and we all have a friend like this, we choose whether to keep that friend around or not. A person who always has problems, nothing is ever good enough, typically nothing's ever their fault either, that person is not enjoyable to be around. So while we don't exclude people from the group, that person will choose not to participate in a bombshell event simply because they won't receive the attention that they seek by using negativity. Because we promote ourselves and each other with positive and with support, and we don't have tolerance for self-decision to fail. We're that friend that's going to say, get up there and do it. You can do it, and if it's not right, change it. And we'll help you change it, but we don't do Debbie down. No, Darlene Downer well.
We're not codependent.
Yeah. Well, let me tell you about my girl. Her name is Gertrude Gossip. And you guys know her.
Maybe even when you look in the mirror. Oops.
Well, the reason why she would not enjoy our company is we don't entertain talk about people that aren't around. We try to focus on ourselves. When you mind your own business thrives. When you mind somebody else's, yours doesn't. And it doesn't matter what happens to theirs, yours fails. So we don't entertain gossip. It's not necessary. It's a waste of our time. And when you're talking about somebody else, it's always smart to think, what does that say about them? Absolutely nothing. But what does it say about you? A lot. Everything. So Gertrude Gossip would not have fun with us.
Okay, and then mine is Judy Jealous. And everyone knows Judy because, when you walk in a room and you look so fabulous and it's about how you carry yourself, it's not to say that you're better than someone. It's just that's how you choose to look. And that person can be jealous all they want, but they're not going to fit in well with us. And I bet most of you, when you looked at me, you're like, oh my gosh, she grew up in Southwest Iowa on a farm. You would have never thought that about me, would you? Born and raised on a farm in Clarinda, Iowa. Yay! So, born and raised in Iowa, glad to be back in Iowa, live in Kansas City now. But anyway, it's those type of people that we do steer clear of because, again, we don't need that. I mean, it's about personally feeling confident. We don't need to be jealous of anyone. Support one another.
So I hope we've given you some ideas about what this whole bombshell thing is, and perhaps given you some ideas about ways that you can connect in real life with people that you love and care about. It's just a matter of reaching out. Somebody has to be the baker and somebody has to be the eater. And I'll leave with this. The baker not only gets to bake, but they get to eat. And the eater just gets to eat. So what I mean by that is be the baker, be the one that gets things moving and make things happen, and don't wait for other people to reach out to you. You reach out to them. So thank you so much, and we've had a great day today. It's been really fun. Thank you, Bombshells and friends.